Let's get started with the introduction. Adobe, known until October 3rd, 2018 as Adobe Systems Incorporated, is an American multinational computer software company headquartered in San Jose, California and incorporated in Delaware. It has historically focused upon the creation of multimedia and creative software products. With a more recent foray towards digital marketing software, Adobe is best known for its Adobe Flash web software ecosystem, Photoshop image editing software, Adobe Illustrator vector graphics editor, Acrobat Reader, the portable document format PDF, and Adobe Creative Suite, as well as its successor Adobe Creative Cloud. Adobe was founded in December 1982 by John Warnock and Charles Geschke, who established the company after leaving Xerox PARC in order to develop and sell the PostScript page description language. In 1985, Apple Computer licensed PostScript for use in its laser writer printers, which helped spark the desktop publishing revolutionary. As of 2019, Adobe has more than 21,000 employees worldwide, about 40% of whom work in San Jose. Adobe also has major development operations in Newton, Massachusetts, New York City, Minneapolis, Lehi, Utah, Seattle, and San Francisco in the United States. It also has major development operations in Noida and Bangalore in India. Development operations in Noida and Bangalore in India. So, coming to the history of this Adobe, the company was started in John Warnock's garage. The name of company Adobe comes from Adobe Creek in Los Altos, California, which ran behind Warnock's house. Adobe's corporate logo features a stylized A and was designed by Marva Warnock, a graphic designer who is also John Warnock's wife. Steve Jobs attempted to buy the company for $5 million in 1982, but Warnock and Geschke refused. Their investors urged them to work something out with Jobs, so they agreed to sell him shares worth 19% of the company. Jobs paid a 5 times multiple of their company's valuation at the time, plus a 5-year license free for PostScript in advance. The purchase and advance made Adobe the first company in the history of Silicon Valley to become profitable in its first year. Warnock and Geschke considered various business options, including a copy service business and turnkey system for office printing. Then they chose to focus on developing specialized printing software and created the Adobe PostScript page description language. PostScript was the first truly international standard for computer printing as it included algorithms describing the letter forms of many languages. Adobe added Kanji printer products in 1988. Warnock and Geschke were also able to bolster the credibility of PostScript by connecting with a typesetting manufacturer. They weren't able to work with CompuGraphic, but then worked with Linotype to license the Helvetica and Times Roman fonts through the Linotron 100. By 1987, PostScript had become the industry standard printer language with more than 400 third-party software programs and licensing agreements with 19 printer companies. Warnock described the language as extensible in its ability to apply graphic arts standards to office printing. Adobe's first products after Photoshop script were digital fonts. which they released in a proprietary format called Type 1, worked on by Bill Paxton after he left Stanford. Apple subsequently developed a competing standard TrueType which provided full scalability and precise control of the pixel pattern created by the phone's outlines and licensed it to Microsoft. In the mid 1980s, Adobe entered the consumer software market with Illustrator, a vector based drawing program for the Apple Macintosh. Illustrator, which grew from the firm's in house font development software, helped popularize PostScript enabled laser printers. Adobe entered NASDAQ in August 1986. Its revenue has grown from roughly $1 billion in 1999 to $4 billion in 2012. Adobe's fiscal years run from December to November. For example, the 2007 fiscal year ended on November 30, 2007. In 1989, Adobe introduced what was to become its flagship product, a graphics editing program for the Macintosh called Photoshop. Stable and full-featured Photoshop 1.0 was ably marketed by Adobe and soon dominated the market. In 1993, Adobe introduced PDF, the portable document format, and its Adobe Acrobat and Reader software. PDF is now an international standard ISO 32001-2008. In December 1991, Adobe released Adobe Premiere, which Adobe rebranded as Adobe Premiere Pro in 2003. In 1992, Adobe acquired OCR Systems Inc. In 1994, Adobe acquired Aldus and added PageMaker and After Effects to its product line. Later in the year, it also controls the TIFF file format. In the same year, Adobe acquired Laser Tools Corporation and Compution Inc. In 1995, Adobe added FrameMaker, the long document DTP application, to its product line after Adobe acquired Frame Technology Corporation. In 1996, Adobe acquired Ares Software Corporation. In 2002, Adobe acquired Canadian company Axilio, also known as Jetform. In May 2003, Adobe purchased audio editing and multi-track recording software Cool Edit Pro from Centrillium Software for $16.5 million, as well as a large loop library called Loopology. Adobe then renamed Cool Edit Pro to Adobe Audition and included it in the Creative Suite. On December 3, 2005, Adobe acquired its main rival Macromedia in a stock swap valued at about $3.4 billion, adding Cold Fusion, Captivate, Breeze, and otherware to Adobe's product line. Adobe released Adobe Media Player in April 2008. On April 27, Adobe discontinued development and sales of its older HTML or web development software Go Live in favor of Dreamweaver. Adobe offered a discount on Dreamweaver for Go Live, Dreamwave for Go Live users and supports those who still use Go Live with online tutorials and migration assistance. On June 1st, Adobe launched Acrobat.com, a series of web applications geared for collaborative work. Creative Suite 4, which includes design, web, production premium, and master collection, came out in October 2008 in six configurations at prices from about US dollars 1700 to 2500 US dollars or by individual application. The Windows version of Photoshop includes 64-bit processing. On December 3rd, 2008, Adobe laid off 600 of its employees. That means 8% of the worldwide staff, citing the weak economic environment. So, on November 10, 2009, the company laid off a further 680 employees. Adobe's 2010 was marked by continuing front and back arguments with Apple over the latest non support for Adobe Flash on its iPhone, iPad, and other products. Former Apple CEO Steve Jobs claimed that Flash was not reliable or secure enough, while Adobe executives have argued that Apple wished to maintain control over the iOS platform. In April 2010, Steve Jobs published a post titled Thoughts on Flash, where he outlined his thoughts on Flash and the rise of HTML5. In July 2010, Adobe bought Day One Software. Adobe bought Day Software, integrating their line of CQ products WCM, DAM, SOCO, and mobile. In January 2011, Adobe acquired Demdex Inc. with the intent of adding Demdex's audience optimization software to its online marketing suite. At Photoshop World 2011, Adobe unveiled a new mobile photo service. Carousel is a new application for iPhone, iPad, and Mac that uses Photoshop Lightroom technology for users to adjust the and fine tune images on all platforms. Carousel will also allow users to automatically sync, share, and browse photos. The service was later renamed to Adobe Reveal. In October 2011, Adobe acquired Nitobi Software, the makers of the mobile application development framework PhoneGap. As part of the acquisition, the source code of PhoneGap was submitted to the Apache Foundation, where it became Apache Cordova. In November 2011, Adobe announced that they would cease development of Flash for mobile devices following version 11.1. Instead, it would focus on HTML5 for mobile devices. In December 2011, Adobe announced that it entered into a definitive agreement to acquire privately held Efficient Frontier. In December 2012, Adobe opened a new 280,000 square foot corporate campus in Lehi, Utah. In 2013, Adobe endured a major security breach. Vast portions of the source code for the company's software were stolen and posted online, and over 150 million records of Adobe's customers have been made readily available for download in 2012. About 40 million sets of payment card information were compromised by a hack of Adobe. A class action lawsuit alleging that the company suppressed employee compensation was filed against Adobe and three other Silicon Valley based companies in a California federal district court in 2013. In May 2014, it was revealed the four companies Adobe, Apple, Google, and Intel had reached agreement with the plaintiffs 64,000 employees of the four companies to pay a sum of $324.5 million to settle the suit. In March 2018, at Adobe Summit, the company and NVIDIA publicized a key association to quickly upgrade that industry driving AI and profound learning innovations, expanding on years of coordinated effort. The organizations will work to streamline the Adobe Sensei AI and machine learning structure for NVIDIA GPUs. The joint effort will speed time to showcase and enhance the execution of new Sensei powered services for Adobe Creative Cloud and Experience Cloud clients and engineers. Adobe and NVIDIA have cooperated for over 10 years and empowering GPU quickening for a wide arrangement of Adobe's creative and computerized encounter items. This incorporates Sensei powered features, for example, auto lip sync in Adobe Character Animator CC and face aware editing in Photoshop CC, and also cloud based AI or ML items and features. For example, picture investigation for Adobe Stock and Lightroom CC, and auto labeling in Adobe Experience Supervisor. In May 2018, Adobe stated they would buy e-commerce services provider Magento Commerce from private equity firm Permira for 1.68 billion. This deal will help bolster its experience cloud business, which provides services including analytics, advertising, and marketing. The deal is expected to close during Adobe's fiscal third quarter in 2018. In September 2018, Adobe announced its acquisition of marketing automation software company Marketo. In 2018, Adobe officially changed its name from Adobe Systems Incorporated to Adobe Inc. In January 2019, Adobe announced its acquisition of 3D texturing company Algorithmic. Into 2020, the annual Adobe Summit was cancelled due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The event is said to take place online this year. So, let's get into the finances development since 2015. In the year 2005, revenue in US dollars in millions 1966 million US dollars. Net income is 603 million US dollars. Price per shares in US million dollars 30.77 US million dollars. In the year 2006, its revenue is 2,557 US dollars. Its net income is 506 US million dollars, and its price per shares employees is 35.60 million US dollars. In the year 2007, its revenue is 3,158 million dollars. Its net income is 724 US million dollars, and its price per share is 41.97. And in 2008, 3,580 million dollars revenue and 872 net income and 35.33 price per share employees. So in the year 2009, its revenue is 2,946 million US dollars, and the net income is 387 US million dollars and price per share is 28.63 US million dollars. So let's get skip this. So in the 2018 the revenue is 9,030 US million dollars and its net income is 2,591 million dollars and its price per share employees is 226.26 million dollars. So next, and so let's get into the Adobe products. So graphic design softwares of Adobe is Adobe Photoshop, Adobe PageMaker, Adobe Lightroom, Adobe InDesign, Adobe InCopy, Adobe ImageReady, Adobe Illustrated, Adobe Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Freehand, Adobe FrameMaker, Adobe Fireworks, Adobe Acrobat, Adobe XD, and the web design programs of Adobe are Adobe Muse, Adobe Go Live, Adobe Flash Builder, Adobe Flash, Adobe Edge, Adobe Dreamweaver, Adobe Contribute. So the Adobe's video editing, animation, and visual effects softwares are Adobe Ultra, Adobe Spark Video, Adobe Premiere Pro, Adobe Premiere Elements, Adobe Prelude, Adobe Encore, Adobe Director, Adobe Animate, Adobe After Effects, Adobe Character Animator. So the audio editing softwares are Adobe Soundbooth, Adobe Audition. So the e-learning softwares is Adobe Captivate Prime, none other than LMS platform. So next is Adobe Captivate, Adobe Presenter, Video Express, and Adobe Connect, also a web conferencing platform. So coming to the digital marketing management softwares of Adobe, Adobe Marketing Cloud, Adobe Experience Manager, XML documentation add-on for AEM, Mixamo. So coming to the server softwares, Adobe Cold Fusion, Adobe Content Server, and Adobe Live Cycle Enterprise Suite, Adobe Blaze DS. So coming to the formats, Adobe Portable Document Formats, nothing but PDF's predecessor, PostScript, ActionScript, Shockwave Flash, SWF, Flash Video, FLV, and FilmStrip.flm, web hosted services of Adobe, Adobe Color, Photoshop Express, Acrobat.com, and Adobe Spark, 3D and AR, Adobe Aero, Dimension, Mixamo, Substance by Adobe, Adobe Renderer, Adobe Media Encoder. So next, Adobe Stock, a micro stock agency that presently provides over 57 million high resolution royalty free images and videos available to license via subscription or credit purchase methods. On December 11, 2014, Adobe announced it was buying Fotolia for $800 million in cash, aiming at integrating the service to its creative cloud solution. The purchase was completed in January 2015. It is run as a stand-alone website, Adobe Experience Platform. In March 2019, Adobe released its Adobe Experience Platform, which consists family of content development and customer relationship management products with what it calls the next generation of its Sensei artificial intelligence and machine learning framework. So coming to the reception points, from 1995 to 2013, Fortune ranked Adobe as an outstanding place to work. Adobe was rated the fifth best US company to work for in 2003, sixth in 2004, 31st in 2007, 40th in 2008, 11th in 2009, 42nd in 2010, 65th in 2011, 41st in 2012, and 83rd in 2013. In October 2008, Adobe Systems Canada Inc. was named one of the Canada's top 100 employers by Media Corporation Canada Inc. and was featured in Maclean's News magazine. Adobe has a 5-year privacy rating from the Electronic Frontier Foundation. So let us let me explain about the criticisms. Pricing. Adobe has been criticized for its pricing practices, with retail prices being up to twice as much in non US countries. For example, it is significantly cheaper to pay for a return airfare ticket to the United States and purchase one particular collection of Adobe's software there than to buy it locally in Australia. After Adobe revealed the pricing for the Creative Suite 3 Master Collection, which was 1000 euros higher for European customers. A petition to protest over unfair pricing was published and signed by 10,000 users. In June 2009, Adobe further increased its prices in the UK by 10% in spite of weakening of the pound against the dollar, and UK users were not allowed to buy from the US store. Adobe's Reader and Flash programs were listed on the 10th most hated programs of all time article by TechRadar. So, coming to the security point of view, hackers have exploited vulnerabilities in Adobe programs such as Adobe Reader to gain unauthorized access to computers. Adobe's Flash Player has also been criticized for, among other things, suffering from performance, memory usage, and security problems. A report by security researchers from Kaspersky Lab criticized Adobe for producing the products having top 10 security vulnerabilities. Observers noted that Adobe was spying on its customers by including spyware in the Creative Suite 3 software and quietly spending user data to a firm named Omnicure. When users became aware, Adobe explained what the suspicious software did and admitted that they could and should do a better job taking security concerns into account. When a security flaw was later discovered in Adobe Photoshop CS5, Adobe sparked outrage by saying it would leave the flaw unpatched, so anyone who wanted to use the software securely would have to pay for an upgrade. Following a fierce Feisty backlash, Adobe decided to provide the software patch. Adobe has been criticized for pushing unwanted software including third-party browser toolbars and free virus scanners, usually as part of the Flash update processes, and for pushing a third-party scareware program designed to scare users into paying for unneeded system repairs. Customers data breach. So, on October 3rd, 2013, the company initially revealed that 2.9 million customers' sensitive and personal data was stolen in security breach, which included encrypted credit card information. Adobe later admitted that 38 million active users have been affected and the attackers obtained access to their IDs and encrypted passwords. as well as to many inactive Adobe accounts. The company did not make it clear if all the personal information was encrypted, such as email addresses and physical addresses. Though data privacy laws in 44 states require this information to be encrypted. As 3.8 GB files stolen from Adobe and containing 152 million usernames, reversibly encrypted passwords and unencrypted password hints was posted on a non-news.org. LastPass, a password security firm, said that Adobe failed to use best practices for securing the passwords and has not salted them. Another security firm, Sophos, showed that Adobe used a weak encryption method permitting the recovery of a lot of information with very little effort. According to the IT expert Simon Bain, Adobe has failed its customers and should hang their heads in shame. Many of the credit cards were tied to the Creative Cloud software by subscription service. Adobe offered its affected US customers a free membership in a credit monitoring services, but no similar arrangements have been made for US customers. When a data breach occurs in the US, penalties depend on the state where the victim resides, not where the company is based. After stealing the customer's data, cyber thieves also accessed Adobe's source code repository, likely in mid August 2013, because hackers acquired copies of the source code of Adobe proprietary products. They could find and exploit any potential weaknesses in its security. Computer experts warned. Security researcher Alex Holden, Chief Information Security Officer of Hold Security, characterized this Adobe breach, which affected Acrobat, Cold Fusion, and numerous other applications, as one of the worst in US history. Adobe also announced that hackers stole parts of the source code of Photoshop, which, according to the commentators, could allow programmers to copy its engineering techniques and would make it easier to pirate Adobe's expensive products. Published on a server of a Russian speaking hacker group, the disclosure of encryption algorithms, other security schemes, and software vulnerabilities can be used to bypass protections for individual and corporate data and may have opened the gateway to new generation zero-day attacks. Hackers already used cold fusion exploits to make off with usernames and encrypted passwords of PR Newswire's customers, which has been tied to the Adobe security breach. They also used a cold fusion exploit to breach Washington Washington State Court and expose up to 2 lakh social security members. Anti-competitive practices points. So, in 1994, Adobe acquired Aldus Corporation, a software vendor that sold Freehand, a competing product. Freehand was direct competition to Adobe Illustrator, Adobe's flagship vector graphics editor. The Federal Trade Commission intervened and forced Adobe to sell Freehand back to Altsys, and also banned Adobe from buying back Freehand or any similar program for the next 10 years. That means their 1994 to 2004. Altsys was then bought by Macromedia, which released versions 5 to 11 When Adobe acquired Macromedia in December 2005, it stalled development of freehand in 2007, effectively rendering it obsolete. With Freehand and Illustrator, Adobe controlled the only two products that compete in the professional illustration program market for Macintosh operating systems. In 2011, a group of 5,000 freehand graphic designers convened under the banner Free Freehand and filed a civil antitrust complaint in the US District Court for the Northern District of California against Adobe. The suit alleged that Adobe has violated federal and state antitrust laws by abusing its dominant position in the professional vector graphic illustration software market, and that Adobe has engaged in a series of exclusionary and anti competitive acts and strategies designed to kill Freehand, the dominant competitor to Adobe's Illustrator software product. Instead of competing on the basis of product merit according to the principles of free market capitalism, Adobe has no response to the claims and the lawsuit was eventually settled. The freehand community believes Adobe should release the product to an open source community if it cannot update it internally. As of 2010, on its freehand product page, Adobe stated, while we recognize freehand has a loyal customer base, we encourage users to migrate to the new Adobe Illustrator CS4 software, which supports both PowerPC and Intel based Macs and Microsoft Windows XP and Windows Vista. As of 2016, the freehand page no longer exists. Instead, it simply redirects to the Illustrator page. Adobe Software FTP server still contains a directory for freehand, but it is empty.